Okay, great. Well, thank you, Maggie. I really appreciate that. And hello, everyone. I'm so excited to do this workshop with all of you. So welcome to Food Fun. This is going to be a little bit of a different workshop in the sense that we are doing this online. And that is, of course, very different, I'm sure, for all of us. But I am so excited to see all of you online here with us today. And we're going to get in the kitchen and do a little bit of hands-on cooking, so to speak. We're going to make some yummy recipes, but if you don't have the ingredients, if you don't want to cook along with me as I am putting the snacks together, that is perfectly fine. You don't have to do it. You can always do that at another time and simply watch me put these kind of snacks together. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're just going to get started here with our food fun workshop here. So let me just see if I can get this going. I want to kind of talk a little bit about what are we going to do today? What kind of fun are we going to have tonight? Right there at the number one, we are going to talk a little bit about the My Plate. And I hope that you have seen this picture of the My Plate before. And if you haven't, that's okay. We're going to introduce you to this My Plate. If you've already seen it, that's great. You probably will know that the My Plate represents the 5 food groups on what we really want to try to eat. And so that's what we are going to talk a little bit about, first of all. The second thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a little fun scavenger hunt. And so I hope that you guys are maybe close to your kitchen. Because I'm going to have you run to your kitchen and I'm going to have you actually take out a food of whatever it kind of fits in our food group and kind of bring it over here. You can show it to me. You can type it in the chat box or just do it yourself at home. If you are not by the kitchen, that's okay too. A few more steps that'll give you a little bit more physical activity. But also if you are just clearly not even close to a kitchen, that's okay too. You don't have to play the game. You can always just type in the chat box or whatever as well. The third thing that we're going to do is we are going to have some fun food facts. So I'm excited to kind of get you some hopefully some exciting tips and facts about some of the foods that we might be used to eating. So we are going to do that. And the fourth thing that we're going to do is we're going to end with being in the kitchen. And so you'll get to see my kitchen and you'll get to see kind of a couple of just fun little snacks that we can do together. Okay. So we really can't just talk about food until, we first talk about why do we eat food. I mean, hopefully we know why, but there's actually a lot of different reasons of why we eat food. I'm just going to name 5 big reasons of why we eat food. And the first one right here is food gives us energy. And that is so very important, right? You need energy in order to play, but you also need energy and you need to be able to focus in order to learn. When you're learning at school, when you're reading books, things like that, you got to have energy. And food gives us that energy, especially food that's the healthy foods, right? So we're going to talk about what those healthy foods are in a minute. All right, foods also keep us strong and healthy. And that is so important, right? It's very important. We want to eat those foods, especially those healthy foods with a lot of nutrients in them, because those nutrients work in our bodies to make them do what they're supposed to do, right? To make our arms move, to make our, all of our organs inside of our bodies, to make them function and work properly, and also just to keep us healthy. So that's really an important reason why we eat food. The next reason is because it tastes good, right? Food tastes so yummy. I love to eat. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love to eat. Food tastes good. When I'm biting into a juicy watermelon in the summertime, it's so refreshing. It tastes so good. And you know what? Even those cupcakes that have a lot of frosting on it, that is yummy too. And those are okay to eat every once in a while as well. So food is good. It tastes yummy. All right, the next reason to eat. Food looks good, right? For the most part. There are some foods that maybe don't look so good, but for the most part, a lot of foods look good and we want to make them look good. And that's what we're going to do tonight. When I put together these recipes or these really just kind of snack type foods of putting things on top of these foods, we're going to make them look good. Because if you've ever heard of that saying, you eat with your eyes, we all know that's not really what we do. We don't eat with our eyes, right? We eat with our mouths and we swallow, we chew. But when we say eat with your eyes, what we're talking about is that we are first looking at the food and seeing, does it look good? Because if it looks good, we are more likely to eat that food. But if it doesn't look good and it looks kind of yucky, you kind of like, I don't know if I want to eat that food, right? So we want to try to make foods look good. So we're going to do that tonight. All right, and the last reason why we eat food is because food is fun. And that's really what it's about. Food is fun. And you know, I love, love, love to cook. I love to bake. I love to cook. I love to make lots of different foods. And I love to do that with my little boys as well. And I hope that you guys like to make food with your parents and with your grandparents. And it's just fun to do. So that's another reason why we eat food, right? Okay, so the first thing I want to kind of look at here is the My Plate. Now, again, hopefully you've seen this before. If you haven't, that's okay. These are the food groups. There's 5 food groups. And you can see that the red there of the plate, that means that that part of the plate really needs to be fruits. So you need to have fruits on your plate whenever you are eating your lunch or you're eating maybe your dinner. Include fruit. Fruits can be apples and oranges and grapes, all kinds of different fruits. Below that in the green is where you see vegetables. Vegetables can be anything like carrots and corn, green beans. You know, you probably have a lot of vegetables and some of your favorites. So you can see that that needs to be even a little bit more. You need to have even a little bit more of vegetables in your fruits. But we want to try to make half of the plate fruits and vegetables. That's really important because they have a lot of good nutrients. And then we have in the little oranges, kind of almost brown, that is grains. And the grains is like your bread, it's like cereal, it's like pasta, okay? Those are your grains. And then we have protein underneath that. That's the purple. And so that means things like your meats, which is chicken or ground beef or fish. It can also be nuts and seeds like peanut butter or almonds, right? And then in the blue is the dairy. And so this is going to be, as you can see, a little circle, kind of reminds me of milk, right? Because that's right, milk is in the dairy group. And so milk or yogurt, or also we can say cheese, that's dairy as well. So whenever we are making a meal, we want to try to get as many foods from the food group as we possibly can, okay? Notice what's not on there. Candy. Cookies, brownies, cupcakes. I love those things. And you know what? It's okay to eat those things every once in a while, but they don't fit into this My Plate. And so that just means that they don't really have the nutrients that our body needs. And so that's why we don't want to eat them as much. We would rather have more of our foods that fits into these food groups. All right, so I'm going to try something. I'm going to launch a poll. I'm going to have you guys help me out, okay? And so what you're going to do is you're going to actually look on here and you're going to help answer some of these questions, okay? And so you can take this little poll right now, and I can go ahead and read you the first one. It says, click on the food or foods that belong in the fruit group. So there's a carrot, there's zucchini, there's an orange, there's cheese, or there's yogurt. So I want you to try to click on the food or foods that belong in the fruit group. So go ahead and do that now. Okay, did everybody get their answer? Good, thumbs up. Okay, all right, thumbs up. Okay, now we're gonna move it down to 2. You can scroll it down if you need to. And if you scroll down, you see the second one and it says, click on the food or drink that belongs in the vegetable food group. Ooh, let's see, vegetables. Now you gotta think about vegetables. So is it tomato? Is it yogurt? Vegetable juice? Raisins? Or a banana? Go ahead and click on what you think is the right answer, and it might be more than one, just to give you a hint. Okay. All right, very good. All right, I'm gonna move down. You can scroll down if you want on number 3. Click on the food or foods that belong in the protein group? Okay, protein. Now we got to think about protein. Is it chicken, celery, peanut butter, black beans, or cookies? Ooh. What do you think? Okay, hopefully you got the answer to that one. And we are now gonna go on 4. Click on the food that belongs to the grains group. Let's see, is it apple, cereal, peas, bread, or ice cream? Could be more than one. And lastly, the last one, click on the foods that belong in the dairy group. The dairy group, is it hamburger, yogurt, peanuts, milk, or sweet corn?
The number 4, it's only letting us choose one.
Oh, the number 4 is only letting you choose one?
Yeah.
Whoops. Well, that's okay. You just choose one then, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Thanks for letting me know. Okay.
Which one belongs in the dairy group? That's like milk or something. Hamburger, yogurt, peanut, milk. Do it.
I think you guys are doing good. I'm going to go over the answers here, okay? It looks like most of you have given us some answers. So let's just see. I wonder. Share these results. All right. So what we've got here, it looks like 100% of you said that an orange belongs to the fruit group. Good job. That's awesome. That is absolutely right. An orange is a fruit. That's great. All right. You guys did awesome on this one. So a tomato and vegetable juice both belong in the vegetable food group. Sometimes people will say that a tomato is a fruit. Tomatoes are a fruit when we think of like gardening, like in terms of horticulture. Yes, it's a fruit with the seeds, but it's a fruit with that. But in terms of when we eat, and it tastes more like a vegetable. And so we do put it into the vegetable food group. So tomato and vegetable juice both count as vegetables. Good job. Okay, wow, you did great on this one too. So protein, there are actually 3 answers to this one. So chicken is protein, absolutely, but so is peanut butter. And you know what? Black beans are also protein. So black beans, peanut butter, and chicken, all of those things give us protein. And protein is really good. It helps with our muscles, and awesome work on that. Good job. Okay, number 4. For this one, it said grains group. So the answer is 2. And so I know you weren't able to answer both of those, but this answer is cereal as well as bread. And both of those belong to the grains group. And number 5, this last one is the dairy group. And everybody got milk. That's awesome. Yogurt, remember too, is also a dairy in the dairy group. So yogurt and milk. And dairy groups like yogurt and milk, these foods and drinks give us a lot of calcium, and this really helps with our bones. So good job, you guys. You guys are knowing your foods for your food group. That's great. All right, let's keep on going. All right, what I want to do now is I want to see if you guys can do a scavenger hunt for me. Can you do a scavenger hunt? Let's do this, okay? All right, so what I want you to do is if you're near your kitchen or if you're somewhat close to your kitchen, I want you to go to your kitchen. Just a minute, I'll tell you what to find. All right, I want you to go to your kitchen. I want you to pick out 3 different things, okay? 3 things. So I want you to find something in the kitchen, that either in your pantry or your refrigerator, maybe even your freezer, something that is a fruit, okay? Something that is crunchy, and something that is red. So you're gonna get something that is a fruit, you're gonna get something that is crunchy, and you're gonna get something that is red. And I'm gonna give you, how many minutes? How about 3 3 minutes? 3 minutes for 3 things. That's a long time, okay? Ready, set, go. 3 minutes. Something fruit, crunchy, and red. Okay, we have about 1.5 more minutes. Hopefully you are finding something that is a fruit, something that's crunchy, and something that's red. I can't wait to see what you guys have found.
We have some people telling us in the chat what they're coming back with. They're jumping.
Awesome. All right. Okay, everyone, I love seeing what you've got. It looks like we've got a red apple. That is 2 things. That's a red and that's fruit. And I see strawberries too. That's awesome because that's also red and it also belongs to the fruit group. So those are really good. Crunchy pretzels. Yes. That's great. And pretzels are in that grain group. That's where the pretzels belong. And they are also very crunchy. So good. I see apples. I see strawberries. I see graham crackers for crunchy. Good work. All right. And oh, I'm trying to look in Hannah's bowl there. Okay, what do we got? Oh, that looks like grapes, right? Grapes. Oh, good job. So grapes are your fruit. Very good. And we've got tomatoes, little cherry or grape tomatoes. All right. And crunchy potato chips. Yeah. Very good. Very good. I see red tomatoes. Fruit is the pineapple. Yes. And apples are crunchy too. You know what? You're right. I didn't even think about that. Apples can be red. Are a fruit and they can be crunchy. You guys did awesome. All right, good work, good work. Okay, well, very good. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to see how much you know your fun food facts. We're going to take another poll, okay? So let me get it on here. And I'm going to show you some questions that are pretty kind of cool, all right? So hopefully everybody can see these questions. The first one, all right, is an apple is made of 25% air. Do you think an apple is made of 25% air? So these are true, false questions. So either click on true or you can click on false. All right, the second one, 496 million pounds of pumpkins were produced in Illinois in 2008. Wow, that has got to be a lot of pumpkins. Do you think that's true? Or do you think that's false? So click on either true or false. All right, we're gonna move on to number 3. Lemons contain more sugar than strawberries. Lemons contain more sugar than strawberries. What do you think? Do you think that's true? Or do you think that is false? Okay, we're gonna move on to number 4. Carrots are only orange in color. So the only carrots there are orange. Is that true or is that false? So I'm just gonna give you a few more seconds to finish that, and then we will go over them. Okay, here we go. I'll share the results. Ooh, all right. So an apple is made of 25% air. Looks like 57% of you said, nope, that cannot be true. And 43% of you, 3 of you, said, yes, that's true. You don't want to know the real answer? The real answer is that it's true. Apples are actually made out of 25% air. Have you ever seen an apple float in water? Have you ever done apple bobbing before? It used to be an old game I used to do, where there was a ton of apples in this water container, and you would try to pick up the apple with your mouth. Well, the apples, they float in water, and that's because they're made up of a lot of air. There's a lot of air inside of them that we don't really think about. Okay, so the second one. Ooh, you guys all got this one right. Good job. 7 of you said yes. 496 million pounds of pumpkins were produced in Illinois. And that was very, very true. Illinois is like the largest producers of pumpkins. There are a lot of pumpkin growers in Illinois. Very cool. Okay, number 3. Lemons contain more sugar than strawberries. Now, I am surprised 5 of you said true. And you know what? That's right. Absolutely. Lemons actually do contain more sugar than strawberries, which is kind of weird because when you bite into a lemon, it doesn't taste sweet, does it? No, it tastes sour. But that is because of what's called citric acid. There's a lot of citric acid in lemons. And so because of the citric acid, it just kind of disguises the taste of the sugar. So you don't really taste sugar even though it's in there. All you do is taste the acid. But there is actually more sugar in lemons than strawberries. Okay, the next one. Carrots are only orange in color. That's false. Good job. That is false. Have you ever seen a purple carrot? Maybe, yeah, there are purple carrots. Have you ever seen maybe a red carrot or a white carrot? There are different colors of carrots. Now, carrots that are orange have what's called beta carotene in it, and that gives us vitamin A, but it makes that pigment, that orange pigment. So, okay, very good. You guys are rock stars. I love it. Okay, so next thing we are going to do is we are actually going to go to the kitchen. All right. So I'm going to ask you to give me just like 2 minutes. All right. Give me like 2 minutes. And I'm going to go and switch on my iPad and we'll get started in the kitchen. Okay. So I'm going to stop my video and I'll stop sharing and then I will see you in my kitchen.
As Jenna's moving over to the kitchen, if you guys want to, if you know the email or just ask the adult with you, the email that you registered with, you can go ahead and write that and put it in the chat. Jenna has some additional recipes that she's going to be emailing out after this session. So go ahead and just toss your email into the chat box. That way we can get those out to you after the session's over.
Okay, can everyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Yay, okay, very good. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and then we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna actually show you here is just a really quick, easy snack. What I have here is a chocolate graham cracker. This one is not the traditional square graham cracker, but this was all I could find, and that is okay. The thing that you are going to kind of understand when we're making snacks, healthy, good snacks, is that you can really kind of just use whatever ingredients that you might have on hand. And so I've got chocolate graham cracker here, and I've got some strawberries. And so I'm just gonna take, you can even just take a plastic knife and just cut off the stem of these strawberries. I've already washed these strawberries and they're all ready to go. So you can just do this easily. With just a plastic knife is all you really need to do. And what I'm gonna first do for this particular snack, because I'm gonna make some chocolate graham crackers with, on top, I'm gonna put some vanilla yogurt, and then I'm gonna top it with my fruit. And so I'm just chopping or cutting my strawberries into little squares here. So you can kind of see now they're a little bit more bite-sized, just like that. And so what I'm going to do is on my graham cracker, and you don't have to use chocolate graham crackers. You can just use a regular honey graham cracker, will work too. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna spread a little bit of this yogurt. And remember, yogurt is in the dairy group. So now we're getting our dairy, and the chocolate graham cracker is actually, this particular graham cracker has some whole grains. And so that's in the grain group. And now what am I putting on it? I'm putting on fruit. And it happens to be that red fruit that we just talked about, right? So I'm just gonna put on my strawberries just like this. And with this, you can use whatever you want, right? So the yogurt, if you don't want to do vanilla yogurt, try out with a different color, maybe, or a different flavor, maybe lemon yogurt, or maybe a strawberry yogurt. If you don't want to do strawberries, choose a different, fruit. Maybe you want to add blueberries, or maybe you want to add bananas. Simple, simple snack that I know you can make yourself. You don't even have to have mom and dad help you, I bet. I bet you could do this yourself. Really, really simple, and it's really, really yummy. All right, so the next one that I'm gonna show you is making a bunny. We're gonna actually make a bunny face. And this is one of those things where I love that you get to play with food. This is literally playing with food. Your parents may tell you not to play with food, and here I am, and I'm telling you it's okay to play with food if you're doing this. Listen to your parents though, still, always listen to your parents. Okay, what I've got here is I have a English muffin. So this is a whole wheat English muffin, which just means it's gonna have more whole grains to them. So this is in the grain group. This has a lot of good nutrients. And what I'm putting on top of it is strawberry cream cheese. So you can just put any kind of flavor of cream cheese that you want, but I think strawberry goes really well on my English muffin. If you would rather do maybe a bagel instead of an English muffin, that's fine to do that as well. That's perfectly fine. It's okay to do that. Basically, you're going to want to just have a little hole, but you can fill that hole in with a strawberry or something to make the nose, and that's okay to do that. I'm going to add a little bit more cream cheese to this because I like a lot of cream cheese anyways, right? Okay, so there we're perfect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make some eyes. So I'm going to do 2 blueberries for my eyes. And of course, now we need a nose. And so with these strawberries, actually, that we just made, we can kind of find one that might be kind of small enough and look a little bit kind of like a nose. So I think I'm going to pick this one out, and I'll make that as my nose. So we're getting a face, right? We're kind of making a face here. I think the next thing I'm going to do is make the whiskers. And if I'm going to make the whiskers, well, I'm going to use pretzels. So I'm just going to put my pretzels on. And pretzels, as we said, pretzels are crunchy. Someone said that. That's right, they're very crunchy. And that's another thing to think about whenever you're making food, is to make, to have some things crunchy, maybe to have some things soft. You can do a lot of different things. Now, what are we missing? We're missing ears. We need ears. Okay, so this particular recipe says that we can use a kiwi. Have you ever seen a kiwi before? This is what they look like. They don't look very appetizing, right? We just talked about how we want foods to look good. This one doesn't. It's kind of furry, but that's okay. We're not going to eat the furry part. We're going to actually peel it. And so I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to take a little bit of my sharper knife. So this, you might need a little bit of help, from your parents, and they can help you, of course, take the skin off. So when you're using your knife, we just kind of
are gonna go around and take the skin off. And what I like to do is whenever I'm using my knife, I kind of just try to take the skin off. I kind of take my knife and go down. Okay. Just like that. And now you can see that there is green, a lot of beautiful green color in here. And I love that because it's so pretty. And when I slice into this, you're also going to see these tiny little seeds of the kiwi. A ripe kiwi is going to be nice and sweet. So now I'm just going to make little slices, and these can be my bunny ears. So here you can see the kiwi, it's got these little seeds in it, and it tastes really yummy. So this can be my bunny ears. And look at that. How awesome is that? Isn't it cute? That's my little bunny. Now, if you don't have kiwi, you can also use some other fruit. You know, certainly some apple slices, that maybe could be some bunny ears, or maybe some pear slices, that could be bunny ears. You could always do M&Ms or chocolate chips instead of the blueberries. Of course, blueberries are gonna be a little healthier, and these are our fruits. But you know, you can choose different things just to make it, so you can be very creative, and that's what I love about food, is being creative. And here, when we think about our food groups, we've got fruit with the kiwis, blueberries, and strawberries. We've got our grains with our pretzels and our whole wheat English muffin. And that's about all. The cream cheese doesn't really give as much protein or dairy, but that's okay. It's still good and yummy. All right, so there we go. Really simple and really easy. So I'm gonna now move back to my other place of my desk. And then if you have questions, or if you would like to share anything, now is the time to do that, okay? So I'll see you in just a minute.
All right, guys, so if anyone has any questions for Jenna, go ahead and put those into the chat box. Once she comes back to her other computer, she'll be able to answer those for you. I know we are running a little bit over 6, but if you're able to stay with us, please do. If you need to leave, that's totally fine too.
Okay. Yes, if you have questions, you can feel free to either type in the chat box or unmute yourself. Otherwise, I know I'm about 5 minutes over, but not bad. And if you have something you want to share, that's good too. All right, were you able to see everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was hoping. I couldn't see all your comments, so good. All right. Anything you want to share?
No.
No. Are you going to make some yummy food?
Yes.
Good. I hope everyone has a great time making some yummy, yummy food. And if you ever have questions, you can just get a hold of me at the University of Illinois Extension office, or you can email me and I'd be happy to help. I see some people have made some of the yummy foods. I love it. Great job. Awesome.
Oh, how fun.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, Jenna.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us tonight. Again, if you haven't yet put your email into the chat box, please put that in and we can send you out some additional information. Also a reminder, we are going to be having more workshops going on. Our next workshop that is for your age group is going to be on July 18th, I believe. And it's going to be an engineering workshop, so that you can go ahead and register for that as well. I'll put the link for that in the chat, but you can always email me or look on our website for any additional information for that as well.
All right, and one more thing, Maggie, I do have some additional recipes I'd be happy to share. So I can email those to Maggie, and Maggie can send those out as well.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Great. All right, thank you guys so much.
Dinner will be ready in 2 minutes.
Bye.
Sarah? Dinner.